Hello everyone, my name is Callie and I am currently here in Shenzhen, China. For those of you who don't know who I am an English expat teacher who is working and living in Southeast Asia, and I've just most recently made the move to China in November of 2022 amidst the end of the era of the whole pandemic and the COVID restrictions that China had in place. The reason that I moved to China is because as an English teacher, I thought about the best option that would be able to give me lots of money so I can save for my future, but also a way that I can develop my career as an English teacher and to progress further into the future. And where better to do that in China? Like everybody knows that China is the hub for making your money as an English teacher. It is a place where a lot of expats around the world go to and they gravitate towards because it is the best opportunities for teachers if they're wanting to move and to teach in China as well. So I aim to educate you, show you what it's like living in China as an expat. In particular, I live in a city called Shenzhen, which is just north of Hong Kong. You can access Hong Kong very easily by train, by bus, and by boat. It is very, very convenient. I haven't ever been to Hong Kong just yet, so it will be coming up in one of my vlogs, hopefully, in the future. But I want to show you what it's like a week in my life living in Shenzhen, China. At the moment, we are on our winter vacation from the school. So my school has been closed for around maybe about 3 weeks now. We closed on the 21st of December and I won't go back to teaching until the 6th of February. And if you're wondering why I'm not traveling during this time, is because I just arrived in Shenzhen in November, which means I had to pay a lot of expenses. For example, my deposit on my apartment, I had to pay 2 months deposit and 1 month's rent on my apartment. So that took a big chunk out of my cash. I also had to pay for my flights, which were reimbursed back to me after the first month. So there were quite a few things that restricted me from traveling at the moment. But in the future, when I'm starting to get my full pay, don't worry, I will be going out to see more of China and exploring the culture, the people, learning about the language. Anything that you can get your nitty-gritty hands on is what I'm all about. This week, instead of showing you what it's like living as a teacher, working and living in China, I'm gonna just show you what it's like to live in China, what you can kind of expect, how to get around. I will be going over to stay at my friend's place for the next 11 days because I'm looking after his cats while he's traveling. So that will be an insight into what it's like into the expat area that is in Shenzhen at the moment, what you can expect, what kind of food, how I order my food, and how I go about my daily life here in Shenzhen. But first, we gotta take a taxi over to the station. I need to do that on my phone and I'm only vlogging from my phone, so I'll only be able to show you parts which I can access. I'll put out some screenshots onto the screen so we can actually see what's going on. But yeah, let's go and order a taxi to the station. In China, it is still kind of mandatory that you do wear a face mask when you're out and about in the city, or especially when you're taking public transportation. I've gotten into taxis before if I'm not wearing a mask and they are required that you do wear the mask in the taxi. I think a lot of people still have this scare because COVID is still here, it's still around. So a lot of the people are a little bit scared when it comes to like keeping your mask on and making sure that they are protected as much as you are too. So without further ado, I have my bags ready for the week. I need to pick up these scissors. I got my other bag full of food and goodies that I'm gonna take with me. And yeah, let's get on the road. Goodbye, apartment. Just ordered my taxi. It's gonna be about 8 minutes, so I just wanted to show you this is the area that I do live in. As you can see, it's a lot of buildings and they have this like communal space. This is one of my favorite tea shops that we have behind here called Hello. Very convenient. So it's a kind of nice place and a nice vibe. I really like the apartment that I live in. I live up there. I'm not gonna tell you where, but I live up there. But this place is kind of nice. Luckily, we have a beautiful blue sky today. Usually it is very gray either due to the pollution or due to the air. I'm not really sure what the tea is on that, but here we are. We're going over to the taxi. It should be here right now. Everything is paid for. I'll show you the taxi app which I use. It's usually cheaper than Didi because Didi was blocked for quite a while for new people to register. But now everything is back up and the access is open again. So if you want to use Didi, you can use Didi, or alternatively, you can use this application that I'm going to put on screen. This is Xixiang station, so I'll need to take the train here for about 12 stations over to my friend's place. So when you're getting into the station, you have to go through like a scanning machine so they can check your items for like liquids. It's kind of like being at the airport, but it's just the typical metro. I only have my metro card with me, so I have to scan it. Go through before the door closes. And we're gonna be going over to there to take the train over to Luohu. Yeah, they just made me like stop and put both of my bags, including my bag with the milk, into the scanning machine. Here we are. So we are here, Xixiang, and we have to go over to line 5 and change over to train on line 5. So now we're at Chinalife station, which is between line 1 and line 5, or line 5 and line 11 as well. I think I gotta take the train to line 5 to Luohu, but I need to check it out. Let's see. Here's the street map here. I'm gonna go to line 5. Oh, I see it over there in the distance. There it is, this purple one. Finally, I like taking this train because there's like seats that you can actually sit on. It's pretty empty. It's kind of nice. We made it to the one station, which is actually not that far from my friend's place. I have the option to either walk to his apartment or take a taxi. But I think I'm gonna walk because it's such a beautiful day and I'm spend a lot of my time indoors anyway, so the oxygen will do me good. One thing that I really love about living in Shenzhen is you could be in one place at one time and it feels like a completely different area when you go to a different train station. Like, look how beautiful this place is. Like, compared to where I live, I really like this place because it feels more open space. There's a lot more greenery, there's not so many factories around, which is pretty nice, and I kind of like that vibe. So maybe in the future I will move to this area, but it just depends on where your school is located. Because for me, like, everything is so far away, but it's really close to my school. So it's convenient that I can save money on traveling to and from the school and just travel when I need to outside of my working hours, when I need to, basically. So when you are traveling around any city, especially using the trains, it can be very confusing. So there's an application that I found. I'll show you when I take a seat down in the Burger King that I'm gonna go to. And it's very convenient and it saved me so much effort and hassle, especially traveling around to stations that I'm not really familiar with. It's been a really big help. Here we are. We're just stopping for some lunch. I think I'm just gonna have a Burger King because it's just the easiest option at the moment for me to kind of get anywhere and to get some food, because I'm pretty hungry at the moment, so I don't really care what I eat right now. And I think this is going to be a new line as well that they're going to be building. As you can see, look how gorgeous it is with the scenery in the mountains. So pretty. So good for photos. Here we are. I'm here in Burger King. I actually just got my lunch. I don't know what I ordered, but it cost me $39. Why? I think it was like some kind of like chicken. It's really cool actually. It's like a box of like chicken that's kind of inside here. Pretty delicious. So we're gonna give it a try. I think this is like a churro. I'm not really sure what this is. It's like some type of sausage, I guess. It's pretty good. We also have this kind of chicken, which I'm very particular about. It's very interesting. I guess it's just like a chicken leg or chicken wing. I'm not really sure which part of the chicken this is. Of course, we've got like this big drumstick piece of chicken that is there. Super oily, super unhealthy, but it is Burger King after all. So when you are traveling to a new city, sometimes it can be a little bit confusing, especially when you're traveling in China or in Shenzhen in particular, because there's so many different lines and then you don't know what the name of the station is, and there's all these Chinese names that you need to learn to pronounce properly if you want to get somewhere. So I've been using this application. It's called Metro Man. And what it does is it breaks down the city for you. You can put in your first location, for example, Xixiang, which is where I stay, and then you'll put in your next location under that, and immediately that will give you the accurate time, how long it will take you to get there, the distance, anything that you need to know about the metro. So it's super convenient if this is something that you need a little bit of help with the trains and getting around with the trains here in Shenzhen in particular. So I would highly recommend downloading this app. It's called Metro Man. You can download it on the App Store, not a problem, and it's free. So why not just help yourself out while you can? I'm sorry, but I just gotta say this. This is the most greasiest Burger King I've ever had in my whole life. Like, there's so much oil, and my skin is definitely going to be screaming after I eat this. So, to your mom. And I was planning to take a bike, like to ride over to my friend's apartment with my case. Like, I'm literally traveling, like I'm going on holiday. But unfortunately, there were no bikes. Like, there are certain bike areas where you can park the bike and you can pick them up and collect them, which I'll show you in a future video how to do once I get my new camera. But unfortunately today, it looks like we're not gonna take a bike. So I thought that I would just walk, and you can see the beautiful parks in this area. It's so much greener than where I live. Like, my apartment is like in the middle of the town. Like, it is very metropolitan where I live compared to here. You see, these are the bike stations, but they don't have specific bikes. Like, the yellow ones are usually just for locals, but for me, I have to take a blue one, but there doesn't seem to be any around anywhere. And it's not like a light blue one, it's like a dark blue one, so I need to find that one if it's here. Suddenly the temperature is rising, it's getting hotter and hotter. Usually, like, the temperature now is kind of cold. Like, at night, like, I am literally freezing. But during the day, I am melting into a little puddle. So it's kind of like when you're walking around, oh my god, like, I'm just so sweaty. Oh, we're almost there. We're going to that building just behind this building that you can see behind these trees. And oh, it's just as beautiful as I remember. I miss the greenery. Oh, and heads up, you're gonna get a lot of stares because you're a foreigner. And don't take it personally, just smile and wave. That's what I do. I just smile and I say ni hao. And usually 9 times out of 10 it's fine. So be prepared that people will stare at you. Don't take it personally. It's just people do that. So I'm finally here in my friend's place, but I literally went to the wrong floor and I had to check my WeChat where the actual floor was. So I'm gonna go up to the apartment and I'm gonna show you the kitties. Let's go. So I'm here. Hi, Tipun. Hi. Hi. Here's the first kitty, Tipun. She's so cute. Hi, Tipun. So I'll be looking after these cats for the next 11 days. And I think it should be pretty easy, pretty exciting. So I'm excited for my time here to kind of get away from my own place and kind of live here for a little bit, at least. So that'll be fun. So as you can see, this apartment is vastly bigger than mine. It has multiple rooms. It does cost a lot more. Hello, Tiboon. Hi. And it has this beautiful view because it's on the 10th floor. So you can actually see my apartment-ish from here. Like my apartment is way over in the distance over there somewhere. So I live kind of far from here. Oh, hello, kitty. And the cat is just living her best life. So yeah, it's pretty cool. For an apartment like this, in this kind of area where it's got a huge bedroom up here and like 2 bathrooms and a kitchen area, it's really big space. You're gonna be looking at around like 7,000 RMB per month. Whereas from my apartment in particular, it's kind of 3,900, but I guess it just really depends on the location. As I mentioned, this is quite an expat area, so you do have a lot of the expat kind of shops and international stores that are here. So if you are looking for that kind of vibe, then maybe this is the area for you. I just prefer the other one because, as I mentioned, it's right next to my school and it is a duplex apartment that is in that area. So it's kind of nice for me. I was going to continue the vlog to show a little bit more, but it seems that my plans have changed now that Tiboon is in the building. Isn't she so adorable? Oh, so I initially thought there was 2 cats, but there's only 1. So I'll be looking after Tiboon for the next 11 days. So yes, stay tuned for kitty cat content. And if you would like to see more about me or check out some of my stories and my pictures that I post, you can follow my Instagram. It's at CamiAzam. I'll link it on the screen for you to see. And if you have any questions, any suggestions about what you would like to see here in China, in particular in Shenzhen, just to begin with, because that's where I am. I'll be trying to post as many vlogs as I can while I'm here. I aim to do at least one every 2 or 3 weeks, just to begin with, just to like get into the swing of like vlogging and trying to get myself on my feet, because I have a lot more things that I want to do. Like I want to buy a new camera so I can actually vlog properly, and I can use my phone at the same time, because as you know, with the metro, I have the metro card, but there's a even more convenient way where you can actually just tap your phone to get in and out of the station, but I have to use my phone to vlog. So in the future, I will be ordering and looking into getting a vlog camera so I can make my life a little bit easier and give you content that is a little bit more clear and defined about what you can do, because everything is mobile here. So yeah, I would love to know, and I would love to connect with other vloggers, other YouTubers that are in China at the moment. So hit me up if you would like to connect, and I will see you in the next one. See you later.